Sairam. So, as part of our process of Chintan Manthan and subsequently Manan, gaining the knowledge, processing and understanding, and then internalizing, today we have a topic of perceptions and how we view things, how one can act and react to a situation. What is important? How do we do it? So, for that, we take up a small story from our Niti Shastra, Niti Kathas. So, this story is about milk and water, right? So, there are two bowls, equal proportion. There's one proportion of milk and there is one portion of water. And there is a bigger bowl where you can add both and it fills up. So, one person adds milk and water in that bigger bowl. Now the discussion and debate starts between milk and water. Now milk, one perception or one way of looking at it is, milk can say, oh my God, it can tell the water, why did you come? Why did you merge with me? You have increased my volume. I have become so big. You are not welcome. You have made me diluted. My efficacy is diluted. It is reduced, it is gone. I am no longer accepted as pure. I was a pure milk. Because of you joining me, I have become contaminated, or I have become diluted, not contaminated. I have become diluted. Nutrients are diluted. My volume has become big. I don't want you. I can't live. What nonsense has happened? But at the same time, I'm so helpless. I don't know what to do. You're already merged with me. I regret. I am frustrated. I can't take this anymore, but I have no choice but to live with it. Or the same milk can say, hey, good, you came, you merged with me, you become me. You become the milk in which you have been added to. We have grown together. From a small two bowls, we are in a bigger bowl. We have increased our volume. We are together. You have become me. You have become the milk by adding into me. Now I am not as dense and rigid as I was. Now I am much fluid. Your presence in me has made me more flexible. Even though you have merged with me, there is no compromise on the nutrients. There is no compromise on my character. There is no compromise on my color. Everything is fine. Maybe slightly diluted. That's fine. Good. Good that you have merged with me. It's nice. This is one way of looking at it, a perception of the milk. Now the perception of the water. I have come to you. I have increased your volume. I am so pure. I am so transparent. I have the best of qualities. When somebody is thirsty, they won't look at milk, they will look at me. I am everything. I am the source of everything. I cannot live. I mean, without me, the world cannot exist. No living being can exist without me. Without you, everybody can exist. Everything can exist. Why did I join you? Why was I poured into this container where both of us are together? I lost my color, which was transparent. I became white and I don't like it. I am discolored. I didn't have the color. I've been added. I never smelt anything. I was pure. Now I am smelling of milk or whatever. I don't like this thing of density and other things around me. It's wrong. I regret having merged with you. It's my misfortune. Perception of the water. Or the water can react and say, good that I've merged with you. We are together. Your volume is increased. Now I am perceived as you. Though I have diluted, you have been diluted. I have diluted you. But even to this day, even now, it's been perceived as milk. You have a predominant presence, but it is fine. I am the one who has increased your volume, your presence. Fine. It's okay. Now we are one. We are inseparable. Let's be one. Let's be together. We move on. This is life. This is life when you have realities which strikes at you. Whether in relationships, whether it is togetherness, whether it is not just about matrimonial relationship. Don't look at it that way. The universe is consistently working on one pattern. Thoughts into reality, thoughts into reality, thoughts into reality. When you start feeling this is not good for me, it is not good for you. If you say that this is good for me, you're right. If you say this is not good for me, you're right. What you think is what is reality. How you perceive is what is reality. There is nothing which you can do. You are in a space where you have to coexist. You can't help it. This is exactly how the life is. Water and milk. You can live with it. You have to live with it. You, you can complain. You can regret. You can always sulk and say, oh my God, what is this? It's a choice you made. I dislike, you dislike everything. Or at the same time, you merge with it and consistently keep your thoughts positive. Things will be fine. It's not very conducive right now, but fine, it'll be good. Let me take along. Let me take the situation along. Let me take this relationship along. Let me just push through. It's okay. Things will be fine sooner than later. This is another perception. We are in a helpless situation. What do we do? If you feel helpless, what is that helplessness? Is that I am stuck. I am unable to breathe freely. Any kind of relationship. I'm not restricting only about relationships. It can be your job, it can be your relationship, it can be your siblings, it can be anything, any situation, any reality that you face. Your thoughts into reality, thoughts into reality, thoughts into reality. You start rejecting, you start resisting, you start complaining, it persists. You start enjoying, you start wishing that it will change, you start believing that things will alter for better, it will. Where your intention is, what is your intention kept on? That is what the manifestation of the universe is. There is no choice. There is no point, rather. in sulking and living your life. There is no meaning in complaining. There is no meaning in self-pity. It is what it is. But the moment you change your thoughts to positiveness, the moment the milk feels that, okay, welcome, my volume has increased, fine. We are one now, it's okay, will remain, fine. Likewise, the water also feels similarly, then water and milk. It doesn't make a difference. This is how we approach. Your creative consciousness always works. What you think will manifest, and the one which you between your thoughts and the occurrence, your thoughts and the reality is creative consciousness. What is it that you are keeping your attention on? That will become a reality. Now, in our yogic order, we all know, most of us, or all of us, but for a few. Hamsa Kshira Nyaya. Why I gave this connotation or this example of milk and water is because Hamsa Kshira Nyaya, we always talk about the Hamsa Chakra. Now just to bring, bring in a little bit of clarity. There is this mysterious bird or a concept which has been shown as a bird called the Hamsa. Hamsa is a swan. And there is one quality of that swan, the Hamsa, is discretion. The discretionary power of Hamsa, Hamsa Chakra, is explained in a story form that if you offer a bowl, the same bowl which is half milk and half water, to this bird called Hamsa, it only drinks the milk from the bowl and water in its purest form remains. Or the other way, Hamsa has the ability to drink only the water and the milk remains in its purest form. Perfect, without any change. This discretion, this is a symbolic way of explaining the discretionary power in our yogic order. But let us link it to this. When we are in such an unbearable situation, unquestionably unbearable situation, that is where the rational comes. Your guru's grace will come. He takes out, he separates. He separates milk and water. It can be by boiling. When you put that same container to boil, it will boil and the water will steam out. Half when it touches, if you keep it back, it is definitely the same quality, just the milk remains, water has steamed out. So likewise, a guru steps into your life when it becomes excruciatingly unbearable and he divides. But let me tell you, the division or removal of the natural occurrence based on our karmas, our karma phalas, rinas, rinanabandhas, we come together. In a job, we come, colleagues we get, relationships, at birth, friends, many things. So when the separation, segregation rather, happens based on the intellectual discretion or the divine guru's intervention, that separation is painful. That separation is so painful, parting ways is so painful, that at times you feel that togetherness was better. This is where the confusion comes. At times we may even feel that, okay, whatever it was, we were together. Suddenly there's a vacuum, I'm alone. I'm lonely. Should have lived on. So this confusion is what remains. What eventually Hamsa Chakra tells us or teaches us is be very clear about what you don't want. Be very clear about what you want. Your thoughts into reality, be very sure. Watch your thoughts. Do you want to live with the milk or the water? Does the water want to be one with the milk, or does the milk want to be with one with the water? It's a decision between the milk and the water. But when they have to separate, it will boil. Be sure about it. So that is how our lives have to be looked at. We have this collusion. We have this conflict between our thoughts and realities. How we embrace our circumstantial realities, our right now what we are contemporary realities, and work towards changing your thoughts to positivity and ensure that your reality from negative changes to positive. There will be peace all around. There will be peace within. There will be love and peace and harmony all around. It's in your hands. Your thought into reality, thought into reality. Milk and water, they can be together or they can be separate. They can remain together, complaining and fighting amongst themselves, or regretting and sulking, or they can remain together, hoping for a good synergy, hoping for a good oneness. So this is the story of water and milk, and this is the discretionary power and the interference of your guru, intervention of your guru happens to liberate you. But be sure that liberate you or the separation is going to be excruciatingly painful. It can be painful, or it will be more often painful than joyous. So this is about the story of milk and water from the Niti Kathas, that is stories from the Shastras, right? Sai Ram.